welcome to this week's edition of Twin Peaks Unwrapped. I'm your host, Bryon Kazowski, and beside me, as always,
Ben Durant. And this is the first time we've ever done this. We usually do our episodes by ourselves. Sometimes we'll have Joel on afterwards to review it. But for the first time ever, we've got a guest on the show with us to actually talk about episode 28. We've got Francine, the Lucid Dream from the Pink Room. Hi, Francine.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. I remember we had you on and you were telling us about the Twin Peaks, Miss Twin Peaks event that was happening, I think, around in December.
Yeah, that's when we talked.
Yeah, when we talked. And you said you'd come back. You'd want to come back when we actually got to the episode of the Miss Twin Peaks. And here we are. We're on that episode. And
thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I'm so excited you had me back. You remember it. I'm so excited to get to watch this episode again and talk to you guys about it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so before we get into the episode, I remember in December, that event actually sold out, didn't it? The Miss Twin Peaks event?
Yeah, well, actually, in December, we had our X-Files burlesque show. And then the following month, at the end of January, we had the Miss Twin Peaks pageant. And it was the second year in a row it sold out. It sold out even earlier this year, though. It was like, I think a week beforehand, it was basically sold out. So, it was an amazing show, amazing attendance. The audience is always fantastic. And I won this year.
That's
Congratulations. And what did you dress up as?
Well, I should say, I didn't win. I should say Nadine Hurley won. So she's been competing for the past 5 years. So I'm excited that she finally has a title.
And what's happening at the Pink Room right now? Are there any other upcoming events happening?
Right now, I'm actually working on a big project. It's currently a secret, but I'll definitely share it with you guys when it's ready. Our next show is going to be at the famous Coney Island, USA, on July 30th.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
That's
so
great.
That'll be a big show, and I'll definitely be posting stuff about that on my website in the next month or so.
Great. And when you're ready to talk more about your big project, come back on the show, and we'd love to have you and talk about it.
Yes, please.
So episode 28, this is written by Barry Pullman. He's written 4 other episodes.
Related to...
No, he's not related to anybody. I don't know if he is, actually. He might be. We've had this discussion before.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, we're going to have to look it up. Directed by Tim Hunter, an excellent director. This aired on June 10th, 1991. The rating is 6.7, and it's 59th place for the week.
59th place? Now, that's kind of...
That's better. I mean, we've been in the 80s before.
That's really good.
Now,
because it's up against nothing.
Right. It's up against nothing. And so the thing about this, too, is that this is really episode 28 and episode 29 combined together to be a movie. And I keep thinking Sunday night, but it was actually a Monday night on June 10th, 1991. So we're doing...
really?
Yeah. We're doing it as 2 separate episodes, but originally it was the movie of the week or something like that.
Wow. Yeah. The final 2 episodes.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense, the way it just thematically, the way it kind of flows together.
Yeah, and I think Tim Hunter did an excellent job kind of getting it ready for David Lynch to direct the next episode. And he would say, I think he said it in DVDs and stuff, that he tried to do it very clean. Like, he tried to be simplistic and not really do any crazy stuff. He didn't do a Diane Keaton where it was like all this fancy cinematography and editing and all that. He wanted to get it ready for David Lynch. So,
but this episode does have, when we get to it, to me, it has a reference to something. But we'll get to that.
All right, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So we got Leo.
Yeah, Leo's tied up, and he's right next to Major Briggs, and they're just... I love that it's like a wide shot, and it's just stuck there for a while, and it's just Leo looking around. Major Briggs is out of it.
Yeah, and it is also weird to have those two stuck together. I don't know.
Yeah, they're kind of unlikely. They didn't really seem to interact much during the show.
No.
Yeah.
So it looks like Leo is going after a drawer to get something. But I just love, I love that it's just, we don't cut to any other shots. It's just this wide shot of Leo trying to get something out of a drawer.
And when you told me that, well, David Lynch does the final episode.
Right.
When you see this scene, it does feel like it was such a long shot.
Yeah, that's such a
very
style.
David Lynch. Yeah. Now, I feel... Because I still think that Leo, the one part of him that is humane, I guess, or his moral compass is to save his wife. So I feel it's only...
even though he basically tried to kill her earlier.
Yeah.
But he couldn't possibly let anyone else do it to her. So
exactly. And he's become Shelley in this relationship. He's become the victim.
True.
Yeah.
Where Windom Earle is... him.
Right.
Yeah, save Shelley. What I do love about this show, I was talking to someone the other day, is that every character, including characters like Leo, they all have their own story arc. Like they all either change even if their characters doesn't change that much, something new is revealed to us. You know, we think of Major Briggs as kind of like this stern, like hard person in the beginning, but then we see another side of him later in the show.
Right.
There's
Especially
Shelley.
right. When that whole scene with Major Briggs and Bobby Briggs, that whole moment of him telling that he saw Bobby Briggs's future and you see a warmer side. So now Windom Earle has come and telling Leo that did you let Major Briggs out?
And Windom Earle looks crazy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this shot always scares me. Oh my god.
Now, why is his face white again? It's been a while.
Was it because he was? I can't remember the last episode, but he was in that costume.
The horse, or is that this episode?
I think it was a couple episodes ago.
Yeah.
We don't really know why he's white, and then he's got like a black mouth.
And that, oh god, that shot always scares me. He's making a terrifying.
Yeah.
Face eyes. Ooh, pie. Oh, by the way, I'm eating pie right now. Cherry pie. I don't know if you guys have any.
We've got the coffee.
Yeah.
Forgot the pie. So I know we're getting moving ahead. So Tim Hunter liked Japanese films, and he based that whole makeup, the white face and the black mouth off of Japanese films.
And they mentioned Laura Palmer, which
they haven't done in like 10 episodes or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think it's like we all knew all the ladies at Twin Peaks are going to be part of the pageant eventually. You know,
it does look that way.
Yeah, pretty much everyone. Yeah, Norma's already won it, so she's the judge. Yeah, everyone's involved.
Yeah. I do love that it was like we learned that it's the 20th anniversary of the contest, and she actually was there from day one.
Yeah,
that's kind of neat.
Right.
And then we have
and there's
Audrey.
There's Love Struck Audrey.
Yeah.
Love Struck, not over Cooper, but the Billy Zane character.
Yes. Billy Zane, and I found out it was a wig. No, we talked about that last episode.
Really?
I will say this to you. I will say, Bryon, you were right. I was wrong. We've been having this thing going back and forth. I will admit you were right.
No, I mean I didn't want to be right. No, on the Blu-ray, I saw the hairline looked like it was glued on.
Oh no! Well, I'm watching the Blu-ray version right now. But man, you're breaking my heart here.
I know, and it's such good hair. But I come to find out, Billy Zane was going bald early, where in Twin Peaks he wanted to wear a wig because he shaved his head.
Oh,
because he was getting premature baldness.
Right.
Dana Ashbrook, who plays Bobby Briggs, he's got a great head of hair.
Oh, he does.
Oh,
and, he looks good white.
Yeah, and Dana Ashbrook came to the Miss Twin Peaks pageant last year.
Wow.
He was an audience member, and he still has an amazing head of hair.
Oh my God,
that is really interesting.
Now, speaking of hair, I'm gonna go real crazy. I watched the appearance of Twin Peaks cast on Donahue, and the guy who plays Leo.
Yeah.
His hair is crazy. It's blonde, it's long, and it's twisty and turny. Yeah, he looks like a hippie.
That's funny.
And I did not picture his hair like that.
Yeah, for anyone who has not seen that, Google Twin Peaks cast on Donahue. It's worth a watch.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff.
If not for nothing else, that hair.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and it is such a bad tribute. I feel bad for them. Donahue was just not good.
So the actor who played Bobby Briggs, did he went there to support you guys or like?
Yeah, I'm one of my former neighbor friends is actually really good friends with him, and so he heard that I was doing this show and told Dana and his fiance at the time came, which was wonderful. It was honestly the most exciting thing ever.
That's awesome.
For the cast.
That is so cool.
We were thrilled that he was there, and he was very cool. So was his fiance. They were super fun.
Wow, that is so cool. I would have been so nervous. Did you guys get Did you get like nervous knowing that someone from Twin Peaks is going to be out in the audience?
Well, we knew he might be there. We were actually had been hoping that Julie Cruz was going to attend the same night.
Oh wow!
She sadly didn't. So I wasn't getting my hopes up because I really didn't believe that either of them would show up. And I found out just before we went on stage, our big opening number, that he was in the audience. I didn't know where. So we did our number, and I did it as Nadine. So I have limited eyesight. But right as we kind of like held our final pose, I kind of looked around and I could see him out of the corner of my one eye.
Wow.
And that's when I was like, all right, this is going to be a great night.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Bracket, we're Ben Horn talking to Audrey, and Ben Horn's talking about he's got his Bible, he's got all this stuff, and he's trying to find a way to be good.
Yeah.
And he's, at the same time, he's trying to convince his daughter to join the Miss Twin Peaks contest, which she doesn't want to do. And the interesting thing is Sherilyn Fenn didn't want to do the contest either. She was like really not for the whole thing. Like she
really.
And actually, we'll get to it. I mean, we can talk about it at some point later. But if you look at the original script lines, there were Audrey's that went to somebody else.
Really?
Do it. But we're moving on. Sheriff's Station and Cooper and
they got the map.
Yep.
And there's that the bonsai tree in the foreground.
Yes, which is like feeding Windom Earle.
Mm-hmm.
But this,
and there's Windom listening.
Yeah, I believe, is this, I don't want to go ahead of myself, is this around the time they figure it out? They figure out the bonsai tree.
Yeah, it's pretty, they figure it out pretty soon. They definitely figure, or I think it's right before the pageant, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry for the spoilers. I realize that you still have one episode to go. Quaking like an animal.
So this is Josie. So now we're basically saying Josie died of from fear.
Yeah, and that was something we talked about at the end of the episode. Why did she die? You know, did she die of a heart attack? She was so weak, heartbroken. You know, what was the cause of death?
Right.
So I feel like, do you feel like they wanted to give the audience closure for Josie? Like, this is a closure? There was no closure.
Yeah, I keep wondering when I want. Yeah,
I heard or I read somewhere that that there, and I think I've actually may have seen some photos that Josie in the final episode in the Black Lodge, there was footage shot of Josie in the Black Lodge that we never actually see. So I think she was supposed to be in there. So I think, you know, there is some connection, and to this day I still don't really know what it is, but she's still part of this whole like magical world that's the black or white lodge.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they were going to use her a lot more. If you go to Twin Peaks Archive, they have pictures of another actress who was a stand-in for Josie, and they were going to do it where they only showed her parts of her, and that basically they were going to say that she was in the Black Lodge.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, and they want to use her again in the movie. There's a lot of things we'll have to talk more about, but they definitely had more ideas with her. Yeah. So now we're with Windom Earle, and he's kind of figuring out things.
Yeah.
You know, the entrances.
I love that he has Leo there. I wonder if Leo was there so that he could have these, like, what otherwise would have been just like monologues to no one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because he talks to himself no matter what. He's always talking.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the villain,
the classic villain is. Yeah. I gotta tell somebody my plans.
Right. So whatever happened to his white makeup and his black mouth? It happened for. I do have theories about this, but I have to wait for you to get to the end of the series to go back to be like, well, could something have happened to him that would have brought?
Did he go to the Black Lodge and he came back?
That's my theory. Yeah.
Or was he taken over by a Kabuki man?
Yes,
I'm only kidding about that. But was he possessed by something that caused that white makeup, that white look in the teeth?
There's all kinds of theories.
Yeah.
So I think it was a homage to Azu Japanese films. Again, I guess they have black mouths in those Japanese films. I tried to look them up. I didn't see the connection, but that's what Tim Hunter said, that he got the idea for white makeup. So now we see Leo. His teeth pulling on something.
Yeah.
What is he? Oh, man.
And this, 25 years later, I like to imagine that this is still where Leo is. Just sitting there.
Well, the new series begins, and there's just a skeleton of him holding onto this.
It's a reference to Leo. Now, I forgot. Does this it goes to a piano, right? A piano's going to fall on his head?
So do we see it? It looks like a cage.
Tarantulas in a cage.
The thing is, if this dropped, and even if they fell out, would it really kill him?
No,
I don't know if
it wouldn't. And would it even break open? It would fall on his head, and he might go, ow.
So now we're at the Miss Twin Peaks contest rehearsals.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah. And we got Squiggy back.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah,
Squiggy.
Yeah.
He was such great casting. I remember when I saw this for the first time, and I hadn't seen this actor in anything else since Laverne and Shirley, and it was just so much fun to see him. Look at that, the 80s
now, if you can look at
thong workout gear.
Yeah.
Donna and Shelley they're laughing a lot, and I can't tell if they're at the far right. I can't tell if it's really part of their character or if it's the actresses.
Goofing off.
Goofing off. But they're.
Oh, I never noticed that before. You're right. That's funny.
And I guess
Maybe
their
a little bit of both.
lines
And they're
were
smoking. They're smoking a cigarette.
That's funny.
They're not even paying attention.
And
I never noticed that.
And I guess some of their lines were cut as well, so I don't know if they were happy doing this as well.
So
wait, this is my favorite shot. Pause. Don't actually pause, but
all right.
This coming up is my favorite shot in all of.
When he's walking with the deer.
That just makes my world. It's so ridiculous, and there's no explanation. There's no reason to have that there.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's such a little.
It seems like a phallic symbol or something.
It's very
innuendo
there, and it's so it is very random. And then the guy walks back with nothing.
Yeah,
and why would he carry the deer that way?
Oh yeah, we do that bit actually in the Miss Twin Peaks pageant. We have some like a stagehand cross with this thing in that very suggestive manner. No explanation.
Awesome. And we've got these judges. We've got the mayor and Dick, and then we've got Norma, who is her sister is in the contest too. So it's kind of funny. Yeah. And the same thing, the mayor has his girl in the contest. So.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question. Why is Dick's pants so high up? His waistline is just like...
Well, this was shot like towards the end of the 80s.
That's
true.
That's true.
Right, 91 there, yeah.
Men's fashion. I guess that was the thing back then. But yeah, pleated pants. That's a thing I don't wish to come back.
So now
this scene is great, too.
Yeah, they're in the closet there, Dick and...
And he's the ladies man. And then all of a sudden he's all nervous and like, oh my God, what's going on? And I was like, wow, this is like, it's funny and it's not, it's just like a really quirky, funny thing.
Yeah. This the Pink Room's regular host, Schaefer the Dark Lord, has hosted the pageant as Dick before, and he does this bit with our Lana character, which is pretty great.
And we haven't heard Diane in a while, I don't think.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he talks to her frequently.
Yeah.
Well, now he's got like a real girlfriend to talk to.
That's true. There you go. That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Did we ever ask you what your theory on Diane is? I mean,
is she the secretary or was she?
Yeah. What do you think? What's your theory of Diane?
I imagine her being a secretary. We actually have a great performer, Iris Explosion, who does a Diane number, and she plays it off as though she's some sort of secretary, probably back in Philadelphia. Is that where she is? Yeah. And they have a close relationship. Maybe it's it's professional, but also a little personal, not quite romantic, but maybe I don't know. They have a closeness, you can tell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would love it if in the new season Diane is finally revealed.
That would be cool. I know there's theories out there. I try to stay away from spoilers. I'm trying to stay away, but there's definitely theories that it could be a real person there.
I still think it's someone. There's nobody there. It's someone talking to himself.
Yeah,
that would be great too. just made up a name just so he can have someone to talk to.
Because maybe he likes being by himself. And
Annie's coming to. Went to the door and Annie's there, and he opens it. And she's nervous about her speech.
Annie and Cooper, I think, are an awesome couple.
Not as good as Cooper and Audrey.
Yeah.
Where do you? Yeah, Francine. Cooper and Audrey, or Cooper and Annie?
Don't ruin. I haven't seen the last episode yet, so don't ruin anything. But if
I'll try not to ruin it.
Say it in a world where that doesn't exist yet.
I have been thinking a lot about this. I love the chemistry between Cooper and Audrey, and Audrey is just a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
I almost feel like Audrey might be too much woman for Cooper.
Wow.
I said it.
You said
Sorry.
it. Good for you.
I love Cooper, but I feel like he needs Annie's a little bit more delicate and sweet and. I don't know.
That's funny.
You know what? You made me realize this. You have Annie, who represents a side of Cooper, and Audrey represents emphasize side of Cooper, strong-willed, love to, they get into their work. But then Annie's sort of like the goofy, kind of like shy and the quirky version. So like they both represent him on two different aspects, and I think Annie matches him very well.
I mean, they're both very quirky and they're sweet together.
Yeah. Like they're like too much like each other. And then Audrey, if they're Audrey and Cooper together, you might be like they're
opposites attract, though. Opposites attract.
Yeah.
So it looks like Cooper and Annie are making out, and they're gonna make love together here.
It's weird seeing Cooper.
And I also
get
think
like
it's kind of. Yeah, I know seeing him the sexual way. It's
kind of weird.
The first time. Yeah. But you know what? He's been wound up. He needs to get some. He deserves this.
He does.
I will say this. Like one of the whole things about Cooper not getting involved with Audrey, partially because they were involved in a case together, but also she was just too young.
Yeah.
Yes.
So which was like, okay, that makes sense. She is pretty young. But then here comes Annie, and she's only like a year older.
Wow.
Maybe 2 years older.
Right.
She's not that much older.
And I think in real life she was younger.
And
I think she was younger in real life than Sherilyn Fenn. So it's funny in real life.
Yeah.
In the show she's supposed to maybe be a couple. I feel like she'd be a college age. So maybe a year or two older than Audrey.
Yeah.
But those 2 years,
I guess a year or two makes all difference. So.
Yeah, I mean, like if
legal.
Audrey's 18, but Annie's like 20, 21.
Some of that, right?
It is kind of weird when you think about age-wise, but this show is very ambiguous about age.
Yes,
age
true.
does not exist in this world.
And talking about age, we haven't started playing yet, but when we get to it, we're about to start back up with Nadine.
Yeah.
And she believes she's in high school. And
On the wrestling team. I know. So and she's with a high school student.
Right. They have no problem.
Mike Nelson.
Yeah, Mike Nelson.
And I think one last thing before we get going on this. I think with season 3 could give us the Audrey Cooper relationship finally.
But what if they're both dead?
Ooh.
What if they're both dead?
They're not both dead. They're both in the cast.
They're
dream
both.
sequence.
Yeah. Okay. So they released the official cast list, so we can talk about that. That's not a spoiler.
So here's
anymore.
it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler.
No, Ben won't allow me, and I don't want to know anybody until I see the final episode and Fire Rock with me.
Okay.
I know. It's so tempting, though.
It's so hard. I know. This is what we go through on a weekly basis. This is our life.
Well,
can you go around it, or how,
is it someone that like obviously is not going to spoil anything, or do you?
You're asking me what?
Yeah. I mean,
I was just going to say if Nadine comes back,
there you go
for third season.
Yes,
I would love to see her as, teenage Nadine or something different because God, I mean, one of the most heartbreaking. Well, actually, I won't even say it because you'll see it in the next episode. I don't want to spoil that for you, but yeah, I would just say second season Nadine. Even though first season Nadine is pretty damn funny, second season Nadine is like out of control funny to me. And I take a lot of second season Nadine in my burlesque tribute to her.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, I like how they're trying to get her.
So they're in Big Ed's home.
Yeah.
With Norma and Mike and Nadine, and they're watching wrestling
wrestling photos.
Clips. Wrestling slides. Pinned him down at 1 minute 5.
I think she's saying, I'm happy being a teenager.
And she's winning and she's succeeding. And I mean, remember the Drape Runners that she failed?
Yeah.
She didn't get the patent she wanted. And here she is, younger and happier. She's got a man.
Yeah.
She's got the football player. Who could ask for more?
Yeah. And I mean, Nadine was so shy, supposedly, in high school. So now she's like living she's living high school the way she should have lived it the first time around, which I can relate to because I was pretty shy when I was younger. So, and I've definitely, since I do burlesque now, I've definitely come out of my shell quite a bit.
Jacoby, and then this is not the first time we've seen them all together trying to say it's
counseling or something.
Get her maybe to remember, and it's okay to move on. And she seems like, she says she's a little guilty, but she's happy for Mike and Ed. I guess she's more happy about Big Ed.
Miss Twin Peaks is tonight.
Oh, Miss Twin Peaks.
By the way, Can we talk about Dr. Jacoby being the only therapist in town?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it just occurred to me that maybe that's why everyone's so messed up in this town.
Really? And we saw in the beginning that he didn't really care about anybody. He's the only person he cared about was Laura Palmer.
Yeah.
But he basically like, I don't care about these people that I'm supposed to be helping and stuff.
And now they gave him a purpose.
Yeah.
Help Nadine.
But she does not
Oh,
seem
and this is funny. I love Wendy Roby, who plays Nadine Hurley, is so funny. I mean, I would love to. I have never met her, but I would love to because she just plays this character so well.
Oh yeah. She gets into it. She really
poor
does
Mike's
get into the
hand.
character. Yeah.
I know.
Crushes his hand, holding on to it. And now I think we're in the woods here, and we have Major Briggs going up a hill. He's all dirty. He's escaped Windom Earle.
Yeah. He's got to save Shelley.
No, remember
Yeah.
he was I believe he was drugged by Windom Earle to find Windom Earle was trying to get the truth out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, both Windom Earle and the actor who plays Major Briggs and Michael Horse, who plays Hawk, who was here, all of them were in episodes of X-Files.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
Amongst and many other actors who were and actresses.
And Michael Anderson, who played the little man from Another Place.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we're
Of course,
huge
David
X-Files
Duchovny,
fans.
obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
David Duchovny, of course, Denise. We're huge X-Files fans. We
Yeah.
did an X-Files episode, Twin Peaks X-Files episode.
Yep.
Right when the new series came back, so we did a whole episode and we focused on all the actors, the crossovers stuff. So that's awesome.
Great! I'm gonna go back and listen to that.
And we had Michael Horse on too.
Yeah, we've had Michael Horse on.
Yes!
That's pretty cool.
That was the same. I think you talked to him the same night you talked to me last.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I think
There's
we were pretty
Cooper
giddy.
sniffing Briggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I would be too.
Yes.
He's great.
And he says Garland. That's his first
Garland.
name. But the idea of Judy Garland is Dorothy
Yeah.
from The Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz, which which
Lynch
loves.
and Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen Wild at Heart?
I have. It's been a long time. Have you ever seen Wild at Heart?
No, I gotta see
We're gonna review all of Lynch's films, so we will.
Yeah.
we'll do
Yeah.
that. Do you like it? Do you like the film?
I love Wild at Heart is actually one of my. It might be my top favorite Lynch film, aside from Twin Peaks. Obviously, is
Yeah.
you know.
It's a
that's
mixed
almost everyone's
feeling for me.
favorite, but-
There's parts of it I love, and I love the beginning, and I love scenes of it, and other parts of it is hard. But I guess that's what Lynch does best. He doesn't make it always comfortable for you.
Yeah,
I mean, he makes you.
yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, this is when Andy figures out that.
Well, he's still looking at it, but I don't think he's been able to share it yet.
Yeah, because Cooper ignores him. He's
Yeah.
like, Cooper.
Poor Andy.
I know.
Andy has figured out so many things. Like he's the one who found the shoe, Leo's
Yes.
shoe,
Right.
and all this other stuff. And
sometimes
he's,
by accident, but somehow, he's still.
yeah.
And it's eyes to the innocent,
Yes.
you know?
I do love this whole thing between Cooper and Harry about there's a time and a place and to get to the Black Lodge and
Yeah.
I think it's really fascinating that we don't know yet.
poor Andy.
Oh, yeah. Now
Poor Andy getting shot down all the time.
Yeah. Oh, the
Oh,
box.
these characters, yeah. I love the relationship between these two guys and
Yeah.
Piper Laurie, Catherine
Yep.
Martell's
Andrew and Pete are working on
response to
that
them.
box. It's that metal box, and they're using a vice, or they're trying to open it, and they can't get to it. Here, is this for you, Bryon? Has this storyline gone on too long?
The box thing, I kind of like it. I like it when it's just the three of them, or it's really the two of them with a revolving third person trying to help with the box in
Yes.
some way. But I kind of like that. It's not they got so complicated with things.
Yeah, it's not like Little Nicky or anything.
Yeah, not Little Nicky.
Oh, little Nicky.
Yeah. What's that?
I wonder what happened to that actor, the one who played Little
Yeah,
Nicky.
I don't
wonder
know.
if he's still around.
I wonder.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Maybe he'll
should we
come
have him on the
back in the
show
new season.
sometime?
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah,
in
he
season
should.
3.
Yeah. Andrew takes a gun and is shooting at the box.
Andrew.
I guess it worked. Shooting a box opens it.
Catherine's another feisty redhead on this show. That
She
way.
is. You don't mess with her.
No, you don't.
And they found a key. A key in the box.
The key goes to
It's
the
like a-
hotel.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like Mulholland Drive or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not blue, but
I know. That's what I was thinking.
But yeah, Wild at Heart. I'm looking forward to watching that again. I think it came out on Blu-ray some time ago, and I still haven't picked it up on Blu-ray. And I do want to see it again. It's been. I bet you it's been close to 20 years since I've seen that film. So
Wow.
Yeah.
I need to see it again.
It's one of I would say like that and Blue Velvet, some of like Lynch's earlier work that's more linear. Like a lot of his other stuff, you start getting into like Lost Highway and Mulholland Drive, and the way it's broken up. It bounces around a lot. You don't know where you are.
Right. So we're at the Hayward's house, and Donna is confronting her parents. Mm-hmm. She wants the truth.
Wear that amazing dress with the bow.
Yes, red dress. She's still asking about Benjamin Horne. She wants to know the truth about this whole thing.
Now, what would cause Benjamin Horne to all of a sudden want to reconnect with the mom? And all of a sudden, is she really Benjamin Horne's daughter? Did we find that out in this episode? I feel like we did.
Maybe.
Did we? I watched this episode before,
All right.
but I kind of I'm trying to remember. Like,
Well, we can watch the episode and find out.
I know we will.
Well, I was just going to talk about Donna's mom there. That's Zoe Deschanel's mother in real life, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that
can see
is.
her eyes there. You can see where she gets those big blue eyes from.
Definitely, and her husband actually has directed some of the Twin Peaks
Yeah.
episodes too. So it's all in the family here.
Yeah, I heard she used to like be on set as a kid, which is
Oh, really?
kind of weird.
I didn't know that. That's something.
She went on some talk show. I can't remember which one. She was talking about how she got to hang out on Twin Peaks.
Your parents were both in show business.
Yes.
Your mom
Yeah.
was on
Twin Peaks.
Twin Peaks,
yes.
yeah.
And my dad directed a bunch of episodes of that
Of Twin Peaks.
show. So they were both working on it when I was but a wee child. And I would go to visit the set, but I was only allowed to watch some of the episodes because it's not
weird.
appropriate for children. But that's the type of show that's extremely addictive. If you know that show, it's really, you have to. It's like a soap opera.
You can't just watch a little
You
of it.
have to watch it. So I remember I would try to sneak and watch the episodes I wasn't allowed to watch.
Here's
now
Andy
Cooper-
again, figuring out that.
Oh yeah, the map or
That hieroglyph.
Yeah.
The 4 and the H is really actual astronomical symbols. Yeah. So Jupiter and Saturn,
Like planets.
planets. Yeah.
And those are those circles.
Yeah.
Planets as well. But this particular part of the puzzle pertains to a precise planetary position.
I like this. I like that we.
Now, I want to know. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just curious to know, like, how many hardcore Twin Peaks fans out there have tattoos based off of this hieroglyph?
That would be wild. That would be awesome. I've never seen a tattoo.
There's
like that.
gotta be.
There's gotta be.
Yeah. I'm fascinated with. I don't have any tattoos, but I love tattoos.
Yeah.
And if I ever get one, it will probably be Twin Peaks related.
That'd be awesome.
But anyone listening to this, if you have a Twin Peaks tattoo, especially if it's based off this hieroglyph, tweet it to me because I really want to see it.
That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
I think on Facebook, on a Facebook fan page, someone did a whole thread of Twin Peaks tattoos.
Yeah, I think I'm following that page. I know what you're talking about.
Okay, yeah.
Fear and love open the door.
Doors.
Fear and love. This is Major Briggs about fear and love opening the door. And then Cooper also said that he figured out from January to June is when the opening is. And if we know we're
in June.
We're in March now.
Oh, we're in
so
March.
February was when Cooper came to Twin Peaks, but we are now in March. And bringing up the actual date is actually March 26, 1989 is the actual date. And if we looked at the date, that would actually be on Easter. So the Miss
Yes.
Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah.
The Miss Twin Peaks is actually on
Easter
which,
Sunday.
I mean, I maybe it's an accident. I mean, they never bring up Easter on the show.
No.
But I mean, there might be something to it.
Yeah.
Knowing Lynch, like the way he connects things, like the whole idea of just like rebirth and like, I don't know.
That's a good
I
point,
could see
right.
him
Yeah.
finding some sort of
Sure.
connection. Jesus going into a cave and coming back out.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Yeah,
Alive.
the cave.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm making this up on the fly. I don't know. Don't listen to me.
No, I like listening.
That's a good theory. That's a good theory, yeah.
And he knocks over the bonsai.
Yeah, they
and
found the bug.
They found the bug.
Man. Then Windom Earle's gonna be pissed.
So I do wonder. I mean, I can't say because we haven't gotten to the end yet, but I do like this whole idea that there's a time period for when this Black Lodge is open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're at the Miss Twin Peaks pageant now.
Yeah.
But you see, they're all wearing plastic, like wrapped in plastic. So
Yes,
I love
yeah.
that. I love that. I mean,
like
that's a
that
great
joke?
nod.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that they have this plastic all around them.
That is true.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we just, by the way, for every year at the Miss Twin Peaks pageant, we do our version of this opening number with the umbrellas and the ponchos or whatever so we are all wrapped in plastic.
That's
and
awesome.
It's this is a joy to do every year.
Cool. And before we keep going, so the first thing we see right now is Lucy, and actually Mark Frost and David Lynch went up to the actress Kimmy
Robertson.
Yeah, and they went up to her and said, "You can create your own choreography for your dance and stuff." So that's all her. That's all her stuff. Like that's not.
That's
awesome. I think that's awesome in a way.
I was gonna say that later. We'll see it. You'll see an amazing act, and I watched it. I replayed it a bunch of times to see if there was like a stunt double or something in there, but it's not. It's really, she's just a great dancer.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was fun to see, especially after thinking of like Lucy Moran she's not quite as simple as Andy, but she's a little out there. She's a little spacey. People don't really take her that seriously. Right. So when she pulls out this act, it's like, wow, she's actually very talented.
Very talented, right?
Yeah, she's become like a character on herself. Like she's kind of stepped away from the Andy shadow. Like she's become a character that has something to say and do now. Like I feel like they really didn't do much with her, but now she's like she can give an attitude to Dick and be like, "Screw you, buddy." Right. And she's got two guys pining over her. Well, sort of pining over to find out who the baby's father is. And I like how they let her be a strong woman near the end of the show. Like she became a character other than just being a secretary. Right.
At the same time, she always had the control. I think she always had the control. She always decided whether she wanted to be with Andy or not. She's always had. I feel like she was dating Dick and Andy at one point. So
That's true.
I think she was always a strong character.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. It's also interesting that this character has been in a lot of different Twin Peaks stuff. She was in bumpers between commercials. She was. When the series ends, there's the Georgia coffee commercials. She's part of that. Yeah, she's part. She's part. So we've talked about this. There was a 1-900 number at one point where you call the sheriff's station and you have to pay money, and it's like, what? Here's some secrets about Twin Peaks, and there were no secrets. It was just
a recap.
We played some of it, but she was in it. She was in it, and Andy, and sometimes you'd have another character. But they used her a lot, and they used her.
Oh, wow.
It was really interesting to see all the times she's been a part of Twin Peaks, other than the regular show.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Just one thing about that, the recap thing, the fact that you had to call a number and pay money.
Yes.
I just want to remind people, especially younger people, this is what you had to do before the internet.
Yeah.
It's so
before
true.
You could entertain yourself with your iPhones, you had to call these numbers and hope that your parents didn't find the fee on the phone bill. Ground you.
Yeah, I think I was 15 or 16, and I think I did it once.
Okay, I never did that, I swear. Okay, can I just mention nothing to do with the scene except for the art direction in this show is so amazing, and it's part of the reason I can watch it dozens and dozens of times. I'm noticing now, just for the first time, that the little rings on the umbrellas they kind of correlate to all the colors that are featured in the show, including, if you remember the scene with Leo Johnson when he's comatose, or Party Time Leo Johnson with the streamers around him.
Yeah.
It's all the same color scheme.
That is really cool.
These are the little silly things I noticed when I watched this.
It's funny, Lynch always says no blue, but they did have a little blue on the umbrella.
Well, no, there's actually, if you watch it, there's a lot of blue, but the blue is always a featured thing. So if you go back, Norma was wearing blue before because the scene was about her.
Yeah. Interesting.
And I won't give you any spoilers, but in the very, very last scene of the show, take a look at the color of the towels.
I will do that.
Only art direction geeks will appreciate this, but we'll just look at the colors.
The other thing is they're all dancing on a chessboard there in a way. They're all all.
Yep, and it's a red curtain.
Right, the red curtain. Right, the red curtain. But I love the idea that one of these people is supposed to be Windom Earle's victim, or he's going to get them, and they're all on a chessboard.
They're on a chessboard.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep, all these little details. Oh, and there's that deer again. in the
Yeah.
foreground.
That deer gets around.
And that sign, the banner, we actually had that made, a similar one made for us for our shows now. So.
And is it always the 20th anniversary, or?
No, well, it's a similar one. We have one that says Miss Twin Peaks, and then on the other side, it's just the pink room. So for all the other shows during the year, we just switch it around.
Well, and Pinkle is hitting on the log lady.
Yeah.
That's another great little cutaway. Oh, here's the part I can talk about. Here's the first contestant, Lucy Moran, and she does this amazing number. She's clearly a trained dancer. She's able to do these like spins that like an average person would not be able to do on command.
It's true.
So good. And I never noticed before. I noticed lots of details when I watch it on big screen or on Blu-ray. She's got like a little dollar bill in her.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Is that what that is?
I have a look.
I think so.
I've watched this for 25 years, and I've never seen that she had money. Oh, the log lady somehow was in backstage now with Bobby.
Oh, well, we know. Windom Earle went to
the log lady disappeared in front of
I
Pinkle
know.
there. So
Windom
That's
Earle
such a brilliant shot.
yeah, it is.
went to the
So
costume
funny.
store, the log lady costume store.
Yeah. Oh,
bring
he
your-
bashes
you bring your
Bobby.
whole family?
Yeah.
The log lady.
I mean,
love
he was
that.
kind of being a dick there. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, did
Yeah.
you really have to go harass the log lady?
I see the
Lucy's
money.
dancing.
I saw the money on
Did
her.
you? Yeah?
Yeah, on her leg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And Windom Earle looks pretty good as a log lady.
I feel like Lucy has the longest number too. Like I don't
Yes.
think the other
Yeah.
ones are the.
Yeah, here we go. Oh, those kicks. Here comes
Wow.
big finish. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty
Drop
impressive for a
split.
pregnant woman.
Yeah.
I know. She's pregnant, supposedly, while doing this, too. I love this one. This one's like just pure showbiz.
Yeah.
This is why I thought like this show is so burlesqueable for lack of a better term.
Definitely.
But
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Lana, jazz
Yeah.
erotica.
contortionistic jazz exotica.
And that's what you said in your
Basically
promo.
burlesque.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I was like, we have to do a show that's just around the Miss Twin Peaks pageant because this is basically a burlesque act without, the full striptease, of course, because this was on primetime TV. But I wonder, it makes me wonder if how much we're actually going to see on Showtime because we'll be able to
Yeah, they can do
show
anything
more
now.
skin, like in Fire Walk With Me.
And yeah, Lynch has never been afraid to have that at all.
And when they said the jazz erotica, I went, "Oh my god! Now I get the reference now."
Francine,
Francine, when you were on, I was
Yep.
like, "I get the reference."
Yeah. And this is just funny to watch because you can tell, like, no one in the town of Twin Peaks has ever seen this live before.
Yeah.
She is just going for it. She's going for those judges. Robin Lively, she's amazing. People don't always talk about her because she wasn't in the first season of the show, but she's a great actress.
She is.
Yep. That,
And such a babe.
yeah, and I love the fact that okay, that wipe.
Oh, Audrey, yeah.
Yeah, the wipe.
I've never seen the wipe, but you're right.
That
was a
wipe was reminding me of Star Wars.
Oh yeah, transition. The
The transition.
yeah.
It was like the Star Wars transition, and I was like, I'm wondering.
Oh.
I don't know if it's by the same editor. I don't know who.
I
edited
don't
this
know,
one.
but that was a weird wipe for Twin Peaks.
Yeah, they don't usually use transitions like that. So
Yeah.
Audrey, I love that Audrey spoke, and there's Cooper watching her, and
Yep.
Donna's gonna confront Ben Horn.
Yeah. Are you my dad? She's always smoking cigarettes.
Ever since she wanted to be Laura, it seems like she. 'cause
Yeah,
When,
she
when-
can't
in the
quit.
beginning of the series, she wasn't smoking, and
I think the wisest course would be, first of all, just to get together and talk about this.
I don't think so.
I really don't think this is the time or the place.
Old pictures, torn bearer bonds in the attic, love letters to my mom.
I want to tell the truth. I want to do the right thing.
A birth certificate with no father's name on it? What the hell's going on here, Mr. Horn? Why won't anyone tell me the truth?
Donna. Your mother and I.
You're my father.
Okay, so this is why right here when I said that Star Wars wipe, you're my father.
Oh, goodness.
And then I was like, it's just...
You're such a geek.
No. He had the Star Wars wipe.
All right.
And
So
then
it's
he
Empire
goes,
Strikes Back.
I'm your father.
Yeah.
And she goes, no. And she runs away like Luke. And they do the wipe one more time.
I see.
And I was like, it's my Star Wars connection.
I do love that. I love the subtlety of it that he doesn't have to say, I'm your father. That she just says, I figured it out.
Yeah,
You really are.
yeah.
Funny, I was just noticing how Donna's character, even though we jump to the same conclusions that she does, but like in that scene, he doesn't say I'm your father, but she's just like, you're my father, and freaks out. And she kind of does the same thing when they say like, oh no, Maddie never, ended up at the bus station or whatever. Like Maddie's missing, and the audience knows that she died, but like she doesn't really know. But she runs to James and she's like, Maddie's dead. Like, have you ever watched the editing of that? They never actually told her that she's dead, but she put it together, and she was right, but it was just kind of funny because no one ever actually explicitly told her any of this. So
she jumps to conclusions a lot.
But he didn't say no, you're wrong or anything like that. So I just figured it out. So I stopped right at where Windom Earle is on the catwalk because in the script, actually Cooper and Earle have a confrontation. So Cooper must have saw that Windom Earle was on the catwalk, and he actually goes up on the catwalk and he's got his gun aimed at Earle's chest, and they just have a whole dialogue. So it's their big. This could have been the big confrontation where finally Cooper meets Windom Earle, and Windom Earle does his silliness where he's kind of like, oh, you've left your queen unprotected, and he's amusing himself and says, you see, 20 years ago, I made a promise, and tonight I keep it in the Black Lodge. And then all of a sudden, there's something happens with the lights. But it's interesting to see that there could have been a whole meet up between Cooper and Windom Earle. This could have been the big standoff. And I don't know if the director ever filmed it and cut it out, or if in the script they decided we don't want to go in this direction. Like, he probably spoke to David Lynch, and maybe David Lynch said I had other things. I'm not sure what the thinking was, but
I feel like if that scene actually did happen, what would have stopped Cooper from grabbing Windom Earle right there and then?
Well, I guess the lights. I guess something happens with the lights, and Windom Earle is able to get away.
Yeah, but I feel in that moment, Cooper would have just grabbed him, and like they wouldn't just sit there and have a conversation.
Well, that's how these stories.
I know.
How it is. But because for several episodes, like it'll be like Cooper is in the hotel and he's looking at an owl, or I think he's looking at cards and
postcards.
Windom Earle goes into the elevator and he just sees him, and then even like in the Double R diner, Earle sees Cooper there and Cooper doesn't see him. So there seems like there's been a few episodes where Windom Earle has been really close to him and he doesn't even know he's there.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe they cut that scene out because it would have been weird if he didn't like capture him right there. And I understand the way the show would play out, the lights would distract him and he can run away. But I like the scene being an unseen, like what you...
Yeah, the unseen
I
Twin
like
Peaks,
it being unseen because I feel like that might have ruined the pacing.
True.
It could have changed it a little bit.
And I'll probably talk about it again when you get to the last episode to say, hey, here's where we could have been going with it. And then David Lynch really does, when he gets to that episode, he throws a lot of what was written out the window, and he basically says, I'm going to do my own thing. And
Well, didn't they find out like on like semi short notice that the show was not going to be renewed? So not to give you any spoilers, but the last episode and maybe even this one, I'm not sure when they found out that it was not coming back for a third season. They had to plan it. So
they were on hiatus a couple times, so there might have been the writing on the wall that there were problems. But I think by the time when David Lynch filmed it, they hadn't officially canceled the show. But I think there was enough. Oh, okay. There was enough things happening where they basically got on hiatus twice. Where they were off for, I think I said 4 weeks or 6 weeks. They were off for a period of time. They were supposed to run 6 weeks, and then they were taken off the show again, and this became a movie in June. So that was like 8 weeks. They were off a year. So there was enough writing in the wall that they probably weren't coming back. But.
Yeah.
Right.
So we have Annie now doing her speech.
And she's very modest. She's like Cooper, all wearing black. You know?
Yeah.
Audrey was wearing black too, right?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Their speeches both had somber tones. That's actually the only speeches we get to hear in the pageant.
And we're all talking. I mean, the theme is about the earth and protecting it,
and saving the pine weasel.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Dick and Norma are moved by it, and Cooper's clapping. So
Coop and Annie.
So now it's time to find out they're gonna tally the votes. And then we've got Lucy and Dick and Andy here, and Lucy said it's time to reveal who's going to be the father.
Yeah.
I knew who she was gonna pick.
I won't say who I think it is because I know you haven't seen the full cast list, but I have some speculations about who might be Andy and Lucy's child.
Okay.
In the new season.
Well,
yeah.
I do know. See, okay, I've seen on Facebook. It's so hard to stay away from stuff. I haven't read the full list, but I've seen Trent Reznor, Eddie Vedder, and Michael Cera. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking Michael Cera could be their son.
Interesting. I thought it was...
That's
really?
what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I thought it was a girl. I was thinking it was a girl that was...
Well,
he's quirky.
There's another female actress. I won't say who if you haven't seen it, but it has been publicized. And anyway, she could be another option, or who knows?
Right.
Maybe she'll have twins.
Maybe.
It's true. Twin Peaks. Everybody has to have its duality.
It's all about duality.
It's all about duality.
It's all about so Lucy does pick Andy. And then he says, "Well, thanks for picking me, but I gotta go." It's like, what? Men. Yes.
And there's a Star Wars wipe again.
You're right. I've never seen any wipes in the show. But
I've never noticed that before.
Star Wars wipe. I'm your father.
And now we're picking who's the winner. New Miss Twin Peaks is. Is this how it is? Is this how it is at the Pink Room?
Oh my goodness,
Annie! Yay!
Oh,
Annie.
I thought it was me.
And so everybody's clapping. Annie's the winner. So in the script again, the mayor yells at Norma and says, "That's your sister. And how can you pick your sister?" And then Norma's response is, "You voted for your girlfriend." so it's kind of a cute little thing that they could have had.
Yeah, that's
I think it misses the pacing of this show.
Outrage.
Yeah, outrage. Yeah.
This guy, it's sad he's not around. He's a really funny character.
Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I love that the mic. Yeah. So she's getting flowers, and everybody's still clapping, and
tiara.
Right? Yeah. How is it for you guys when you crown the winner? Is it something like this, or?
Oh, we actually base it quite a bit off this last scene. Although we have a different, a shortened ending, obviously, because this leads into the next episode. But yeah, we do a take on this, which is always fun to choreograph.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, we since we've been doing this show, we do most of our shows at the Parkside Lounge, which is a great venue. But our Miss Twin Peaks pageant just has outgrown that smaller space. But Joe's Pub is wonderful. They have great lighting and sound technicians there, so we're able to recreate a lot of like the strobe light effect at the end.
Awesome. For people that don't know, you guys are in New York.
We're based in New York City. Most of the shows we do are in Manhattan, usually like, Lower East Side or, the Village area. Although, like I said before, July 30th, we're going to be in Brooklyn at Coney Island.
Cool.
So I'm excited for that.
That's awesome.
The shows that I do are so usually very like tailored, especially the Miss Twin Peaks pageant, because it's a little bit more like usually a burlesque show, like your average burlesque show you go to, there's like a host who's either like a singer or comedian, or like a magician or something like that.
Right.
And they're kind of like the glue to the whole show. But then you get a bunch of acts that don't have anything to do with each other, more or less. It's sort of like, based on traditional like vaudeville or variety show style thing where you can kind of have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Everything's different. So we kind of keep that same format for ours, except we're doing a very specific thing. Every single act is somehow related to some work of David Lynch. So whether we're doing a Twin Peaks show or we've done a Dune show, we've done Wilder Heart, we've done almost all of it. And oftentimes, especially like I said with the pageant, we have little bits in between. We have a little bit more like theatrical storytelling than maybe like the average burlesque show. So it's a little bit more theatrical. There's still plenty of like bump and grind, but it's a little bit more cohesive, I would say.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. Wow.
I like the theatrical stuff.
It would be really difficult for me to do a weekly David Lynch show. And also we did do actually a couple years ago, we did do Twin Peaks Tuesdays, which was a night that I ran at the Exley in Brooklyn, where we did a screening we did like one episode of Twin Peaks, and then we would do like 1-2 burlesque acts. So it wasn't a full show. It was more just like a night of Twin Peaks entertainment.
Awesome.
So like the screening and live performance.
That's
so
cool.
that was actually a great format, but to do a full show every week would be pretty tough.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
This theme. Yeah, it is a lot of work. But so now I'm doing it more, I would say on a quarterly basis, but I really want to focus on doing the maybe 4 or 5 shows in New York City a year, and then trying to tour some more. I really want to bring this around wherever people want to see us. So
That would be really neat.
we did a little tour last fall. We went to Philly, Pittsburgh, DC, and I would love to go up to like New England. I would love to go to the West Coast. I'd love to go down to like New Orleans or wherever people would have us. I'd be thrilled to travel to.
Wow, that's cool.
That'd be awesome.
Northampton in our area, Massachusetts, that'd be a
Yeah,
perfect place.
we're kind of close to Western Mass.
Yeah.
Northampton would be perfect.
That's a perfect place for something like that, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, I would love to go out there. I spent some time there years ago, back in my college days.
Yeah. Most of the show is actually filmed with one camera. Like, you have the comedies, sitcoms that do 3 camera shoots, and most of this was you had one camera, you set it up, you did a master shot, which was a wide shot, then you did it again and you did a close up of the person, and that's how it did. For this scene with this whole strobe lights, they had a bunch of cameras running all at once because there was so much commotion. So I thought that was kind of fascinating to have just set the cameras up, hit roll, and everybody do something. I don't know. I thought it was kind of interesting.
And I love how this whole scene is shot. It's so chaotic, even watching it, I watched it the other day just as a reminder, and it spooks me. Just the music, the light, everything. Even poor Nadine.
A sandbag
gets hit in the head.
Yeah.
And that shot of going into the smoke.
Love it. Annie is taken away by
Windom.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful and eerie shot.
And she's lost. She's looking for Cooper,
right?
And they can't find each other. It's kind of sad.
Cooper sees Windom Earle, and he sees him through all the flashing and
or the log lady.
Yeah, the log.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's some kind of
device he's
explosion.
got. Yeah.
Yeah.
He waits for Cooper to go right there and just blows it up in his face there.
Yeah.
So
what did he say to her?
I will help you. I will help you. He says.
I will help you.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's just tricking her.
Right. He said, "I'll help you," and then he.
He's so creepy as a log lady, making that face.
Right. So he's captured Annie. Windom Earle's got her.
And it's so sad seeing Cooper out of sorts because even during difficult moments, he usually keeps his cool, but you can tell he's just kind of losing it.
The lights have come up, and there's Andy giving him a message.
This is important. Finally, he gets to say it.
The cave. He's finally figured it out. It's not a puzzle.
And
we've already kind of spoiled it. I think I've spoiled it. You spoiled it. You probably said it.
That was my theory. My theory was it was a map
Ah.
of the town.
I mean, you can see the waterfall. There's enough there that you can see that it definitely has landmarks.
Yeah. And I was just going by off of what we saw in that episode, and I was like, it's a map. And you're like, I'm not going to tell you.
I didn't try to tell you, but I think once in a while I would say it too. But you were right. It makes sense.
No, it's cool. This actually was definitely one of my favorite episodes of the season. It was a lot of fun, and it had that last couple of episodes have brought it back to that old Twin Peaks feel.
And there's a sense of urgency now.
Yeah.
It's like something is happening. I mean, Windom Earle is finally coming out of the woods.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also sad to know there's only one episode left.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, but guess what? There's more next year.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, you're lucky. You don't have to wait 25 years
I
for
know.
it. You have a year
and
to
then
wait.
you've got Fire Walk with Me too.
Yep, you've got the movie.
Yes, we got to do Firewalk with Me next.
Can I just tell you, going back to many episodes ago, that cliffhanger at the end of season 1, I watched that. I know, believe it or not, I can't believe that I was even old enough to watch this, but I was too young to be watching this. But I remember that cliffhanger of having to wait all summer to find out what happened to Cooper.
Right.
Having to wait in real time before the days of Netflix.
Yeah, right.
and the internet. It was hard to wait. So,
yeah,
but
it really was.
you know,
I agree.
built up the excitement too.
Yeah. I think, a lot of people or just getting to the show like myself, it is you watch it all at once and you don't have that cliffhangerness. But that I think what drove me crazy is when it went on a hiatus and you weren't sure if it was going to come back. Because I remember getting into shows as a teenager and then you really like it and then all of a sudden it just disappears. You're like, what happened? And I mean, with Twin Peaks, there was no internet really to go on to go, is it coming back? So you just had to wait every week. Yep. Like, is it back? No. Is it back? No. You know, and
right.
you basically, that's how you had to plan your week. Look at the TV guide, and if it wasn't listed, you were just like, it stinks.
Right. And this show in the second season was so frustrating where you had the Gulf War, the first Gulf War, and that was putting up the show on hiatus. And then they went on hiatus because of the ratings. And so I think I shared with you, I missed one episode. I missed the one with Josie dying. But because I never knew when the show was on anymore.
Yeah.
It was like, it wasn't on last week, and is it going to be on this week? And
the show itself became Lynchian. It became a mystery. It was abstract about when they would play it. You had to guess what was happening.
Right. This was a lot of fun. This is the first time we've done this. I think it worked out well.
Yes.
I thanks for all your insight, Francine. And when do you think, will you be doing it, you think, again in January, the Miss Twin Peaks pageant event?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
I wouldn't miss it. I mean, I don't have an exact date for you, but I'm very much hoping sometime in the beginning of 2017, hopefully at Joe's Pub, if they have us back, which I hope they will. We'll keep
awesome.
doing it as long as people keep coming. So
Well, we'll have you back on to let us know when the date is.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll even know when the new series comes back. Maybe they'll have a date for us. I keep thinking maybe February 2017 they'll bring the new show.
I'm hoping.
I hope so. I'm really excited to find out the date. The moment I find out the exact air times of it, I will clear my calendar so I can watch it in real time.
Really?
I know. We get to watch it real time.
Yeah.
And get to experience. We got to wait every week.
Right.
And it might be split into 2 seasons.
Yep, there's talk about that. I don't know. I don't think we know if we've talked about this on the air, Bryon. But there's also talk about releasing it in the theaters. They haven't been clear what they're
It
going
could
to
be
do.
like the season premiere in the theater.
Right. That'd be kind of cool to actually go to a theater and see new Twin Peaks.
They do that now with Game of Thrones.
Do they?
The season
really?
premiere, select cities, they put the season premiere in the theater, and you can go watch the first episode of the season in a theater.
Huh.
Just like Doctor Who did their movie in the theater.
We've done that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So I feel like it could be something like that, where they put the first episode, the first 2 episodes maybe, you can go to the theater and watch them. I don't know if it would be financially good to do every episode in the theater.
No, I think they're just talking about doing
but do like a special, And that would be a lot of fun, but you'd have to find a special theater that's doing it in your area.
Yeah.
Because
that's true.
Yeah, like Ben and myself were huge Lost fans. In the final season, they did a special in the movie theater.
That's right.
The Q&A. And me and Ben, we went to it.
It was live, too. It was live satellite where we sat down.
Before the final episode. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think certain theaters do that, those specials now, where you can go see the opera in some select theaters and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool.
Cool. Francine, do you want to share with everybody how they can reach you, how they can go to the Pink Room?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you can check out my website, francineburlesque.com, and there's a whole segment on the Pink Room there. You can follow me on Twitter. That's the best way, honestly, for me personally, because then I can interact with people. If they have questions, you can tweet at me. I'm at Francine D, so that's FRANCINED. Or you can follow Pink Room Burley Q is also on Twitter. And you can find me on Facebook. The Pink Room's on Facebook and Instagram and all that fun stuff too. So
cool.
Yeah, it's the Pink Room David Lynch Burlesque.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun.
Thank you, Francine.
And you can find us, Twin Peaks Unwrapped. We're on Twitter, Twin Peaks Unwrapped on Facebook. And please keep those emails coming in. We got an email from somebody this past couple weeks ago about something we did on the show, which was awesome.
We love the feedback.
I wish
awesome.
next week I'll maybe have some feedback.
We always say that. No, we don't have time for next week. We got too many things going on.
But you can write us at twinpeaksunwrapped@gmail.com. And Ben, what are we going to leave off with today's show?
So we'll just have a clip. I think it's from season 2 DVDs, and it has Sherilyn Fenn talking about how she did not want to do the Miss Twin Peaks pageant. So it's a little audio clip of that, just to share that she wasn't comfortable doing it.
Cool. And thank you, Francine, and we'll see you guys next week.
Basically, what happened in the Miss Twin Peaks contest was that Sherilyn didn't want to be in the Miss Twin Peaks contest. And I had this aversion to all of them strutting around. I was like, come on, you know? And I probably was being difficult. But that's okay, because David didn't mind. So he decided that I would have to be there and give a speech anyway, because I was going to be there no matter what. But like, that I was in it, but I didn't do it all the way. Like, I didn't run around in a leotard, basically.